Hello, Jeff Kozlowski here with another K-Stream short, and today I want to talk about audio. This spurred from a conversation I recently had on the K-Stream podcast with Brian Landau. If you don't know Brian, he is the co-founder and CEO of Venli. And if you don't know what Venli is, I'm going to read this directly from their website. They're an audio software that provides enterprises with a seamless and secure way to share audio content to existing channels of business communication, including Slack, SharePoint, Microsoft Teams, LinkedIn, Facebook. So an audio distribution platform, provide great analytics and those kinds of things. So that is Brian's company. And he joined me on the podcast to talk audio as a strategy. And I had quite a few learnings from that episode, so I figured I'd turn them into a short clip and pass them along. So, but first, so traditionally, I always thought when I heard audio, I immediately thought podcast, and podcasting can do wonderful things, I think, for a business. And so, why podcast? First, you build authority. It is certainly a growing medium, more and more listeners every year. It is a place where you have a listener's undivided attention for a very long period of time, potentially. It is a very kind of intimate medium where they are just listening to you. It's a great place to explain complicated topics, those types of things. So a wonderful tactic, but that's just it. Podcasting is simply one tactic in the audio realm. There are many ways to repurpose audio content, for example, and use it as part of your overall content marketing strategy. So you think about things like Twitter Spaces now. You look at Twitter Spaces, and if you're not familiar with that, it's a sort of a, just like if you're familiar with Clubhouse, it is a audio only event hosted on Twitter, no video at all, but kind of like an audio only discussion where, hosts and other folks attend that are, like-minded on a particular topic, and the hosts can speak, but they can also give permission for listeners to chime in as well. LinkedIn is doing something very similar with their LinkedIn audio only events. So another place you can sort of take advantage of audio. So it's clear, number one, that social media platforms like Twitter, like LinkedIn, are moving more in the audio only direction. And going back to repurposing, so say you do something like a Twitter Space event or a LinkedIn audio only event, or for example, if you're a writer, you're likely these days doing a lot of Zoom recordings with folks you're including in your story. But then what happens to the rest of that audio where you're only maybe using a quote or two in your story? With audio, you could then take that Zoom recording, and if there's a good clip of it, you can embed that in your story on the web. You can share it as an audiogram on social media, which is just kind of a fun way to share an audio clip with a graphic, with some captions, a nice picture. You could take your Twitter Space and clip audio from that to then share on your social media channels, or create a story out of it, so audio. I just wanted to record this and get across the message that audio is more than just podcasting. Audio is an entire, can be an entire piece of your content marketing strategy. And I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments.